Morning everyone, my name is Steve Borlo. I am a compassionate inquiry practitioner. I'm also a recovery coach, and I've been asked by a company here in South Africa to work on a program for gender-based violence in community. My understanding from gender-based violence and some psychological element around it, and also personal experience, are that women, most of us, haven't really learned to be vulnerable, haven't really learned to talk about emotional conflict and to work out our triggers, to connect on a deeper level. If I look at my experience as a child, it was way more about not crying, you're a big boy. Just pull yourself together. And in comparison to most of the women out there who are able to vent out to their best friend, sharing the drama and being emotional with each other, we men haven't learned that. And I think it's a pity, because by keeping it in, it can come out in a very weird ways. And violence, being emotional abuse, being words we regret that we have spoken, being passive aggressive, keeping it in, doesn't help. And my intention here is to develop a program which has the main goal to create platform, create men circles, create men group where men can be vulnerable, men can share from the heart, men can come with the problem. They know they're not going to be judged. It's going to be a safe space to vent. And therefore we need people to hold the space. We need group facilitator. And basically that program that I'm developing is geared toward giving tool, resources and knowledge to people who want to facilitate those groups. It will be an adventure, and I'm drawing a lot of my knowledge around a training that I did called Compassionate Inquiry with Dr. Gabor Maté. And the topic we will cover are the following, or some of the following. It's presence, safety and attunement. That would be one model. And that's very much about how we create safety in a group setting, how attuned we are with what's going on with us, and how present we can be with what's going on. That's module one. Then there is other topic or the module, which would be around triggers. How do we work with our triggers and don't project on others? Pain, the original pain. Shame. Those are emotions who can creep up from subconscious belief or from our memory or for stuff we are talking to ourselves in a dialogue that I would like to look at. Module number 3 will touch on trauma, the disconnect which happen on trauma, knowing that trauma is not only what happened to you, but it's what happened within you after the event happened itself, the disconnect. So that's going to be one module. We're going to look at attachment, adaptation, and more specifically addiction, coping mechanism. The difference between a healthy coping mechanism to self-regulate, and I wouldn't say unhealthy, but a coping mechanism who doesn't maybe serve you anymore, who may had a value in your life at a certain time, but you know deep down it's not helping anymore. It amplifies the problem, the drama, and the inner conflict. So we will also talk about responsibility, memory, core belief, what we believe about ourselves. That will also be a module. And last but not least, compassion. Compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, forgiveness, how to forgive, and change, and relationship with ourselves, with others, with the topic of self-care will be one of the fundamental part of that last module. So I'm preparing that program or that project with a very particular approach, where I will train 5 men who work in community as community liaison, and their role will be to accompany or implement those platforms where men can come and share and maybe get guidance, tools, definitely learn to speak up authentically, to not be afraid of being judged. Those are all the goals. And to achieve that goals, I've chosen to do one-on-one session with those 5 men to first see where they're at, learn from them, but also to give them a perspective on what I see by mirroring back, where they are in their own process, if they would hold space, is there blind spot, is there stuff we can develop together. Will be the one-on-one. I will also offer group meetings where we will explore exactly what we are learning, the teachings, in a group settings, and physically embody those practices, those theory, those psychotherapeutic knowledge. And last but not least, some workshops touching on how to self-regulate, talking about anger, talking about addictions, and talking about how to run a safe, would say recovery enhancing men's group. So that's for the introduction. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. It will be for sure on certain level a challenge. But I'm very, very excited to contribute that way with, on one hand, my knowledge, and on the other hand, my personal experience. So thanks for listening, and I'm looking forward to present you the detail on the module. Have a lovely time.